Let's set up my new watercolor palette. I decided to put all my Daniel Smith paints into one separate palette. I only had one green prior to this art haul, so I decided to purchase some more greens based off the Jeanne Green with Envy collection. I didn't buy that set, but I did buy the missing ones that I needed from that set. I also decided to buy the essentials since I had no yellows. So now I have a really good base setup. So before we get started, let me show you where it all began. So I ordered this paint palette off Amazon. I got the Primatech line, the little box set that had 6 colors, and I swatched those already in a different video. But I've been sitting on these in my cart at Dick Blick. It's the Sepia, Payne's Gray, Moon Glow, Indigo, and Buff Titanium. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. So I purchased it and I thought, I don't really like leaving paint in the paint palettes and then having to reactivate them. I don't know why, I'm just not enjoying that because I can't use this paint palette for anything else once I've laid color out. I like to use wet paint, but you just don't need that much, and so it just seems kind of wasteful to not be able to use this at all unless I'm using these specific colors. So I thought, you know what, I'll just make a paint palette for just my Daniel Smith watercolors. That way I can close the lid so they don't get dusty. This was 10 bucks. It came with all of these half pans, I think these are. Annoying sound. Let's just see how many actually fit in here. 36 pans. I don't need all of these right now. You know, I started out using oil paint, not as a child. I didn't paint in high school. College is really when I discovered art. I knew I liked being in the art building. I know I liked looking at the art. I went to the art store and I was like, I'm gonna paint. I just grabbed anything that I saw, and the first thing I just happened to see was oil paint and canvas, because that's what I thought, you know, art was, painting on canvas. So now I've got the Primatech colors put in, as well as all the neutrals that I bought on a different art haul. Indigo, sepia, all those colors. So that's where it started. The neutral colors that I picked were just ones that I thought were good basics that I see all over the place. Colors that I just really love. While currently most of the sets that I have are already pre-mixed colors, I really want to start taking on some client work, and I want to be able to use professional supplies so that their artwork lasts longer. And so I got the essential set to learn to start mixing and to be able to do some different types of projects. So I'm really happy that I made that investment. It was around $36 at the time that I bought it, $37 for a really basic set. So if you're interested in just starting out with some professional watercolors and want to mix colors, I would totally recommend this because this paint will last such a long time. Once the paper is nice and wet, I usually do my swatching so it spreads a little bit easier. I do think I could have probably used more water just to see the effects. But this set is not super granulating. It's very, very clean, which is great because I already have the Primatech set, which is very, very granulating. And then a lot of the neutrals that I bought had some granulation too. So this is like a basic mixing set, I think. So I'm really happy with the colors in this. In the Primatech set, there's only one green color, and I have a client project coming up that is gonna need a lot of different greens, and so I didn't really know which one I wanted to get, so I looked on Blick and saw that Jeanne had a set called Green with Envy, and since I already had one of the colors from the Primatech set is in that Jeanne set, I only had to buy 5 other colors, and I ended up buying an extra color, the green gold, but the Jadeite Genuine was already in the Primatech set, so I only had to buy 5 other colors. It was just a little bit cheaper to buy the 5 colors instead of buying the one that I already, instead of buying the whole set and like having 2 tubes of the same color. So, but this set of colors is so beautiful. I'm excited to work on this project and really start diving into watercolor more. I love looking at it, I love working with it, but it's a very tricky medium because you have to either dry it in between or come back to it, and when I'm ready to paint, like I want to just keep painting. So I still have to figure out a system for be working on multiple pieces so that it has time to dry before adding the next layers, or just using a drying tool. But I'm really happy with the choices that I made. Let me know if you guys use any of these colors. And that's the final setup. Really simple. I decided to make a little swatch card, but the tin is very small, so I didn't write the names on it. I just swatched them out so I would know kind of which ones they were, because it's hard to see exactly when you're just looking at the pan. But anyway, that's all. Hope you enjoyed the setup. Take care. Bye-bye.